The economy and affording basic goods are top of mind for many people heading into 2024. The inflation rate is not out for December yet, but in November, that rate was 3.1%. That's how much average prices for general goods have gone up since November of 2022. Groceries, such as drinks and juices, have seen the highest overall increases. Now, because of inflation, thousands of workers in Maine are making a little bit more money. Maine's minimum wage is now $14.15 an hour, up from $13.80.
The minimum wage is even higher in Portland at $15 an hour. News Center Maine's Chloe Tebow joins us now with more about this change and the impact it's having. Chloe.
Hey, Zach and Chris. Yeah, these yearly adjustments began after voters approved Maine's minimum wage law back in 2016. Ever since the minimum wage hit $12 per hour in 2020, annual increases statewide have been based on inflation. I spoke with a number of stakeholders about this most recent adjustment and how it's affecting businesses differently across the state. For almost a year now, Maggie Rubin has been chasing her dream, running a bakery and restaurant in Portland's Old Port.
Every day is a new challenge.
Something that's not a new challenge for her business, though, is the new minimum wage standard of $15 per hour in Portland that took effect January 1st.
We pay more than that anyway. It's just really important, I think, for being able to retain folks and attract folks.
Retain and attract employees in a competitive labor market at a time when it costs a lot just to live.
I hear from them mostly about just the cost of rent being so challenging.
Inflation has affected most Mainers over the past few years. That's why on January 1st, the minimum wage went up statewide to adjust for it.
It means that people can still afford the same kind of groceries and gas that they could before.
James Mile with the Maine Center for Economic Policy says about 1 in 5 Maine employees will be affected by this change, earning a bit more at work.
We estimated that around 127,000 Mainers would be impacted by the minimum wage. That is a decent chunk of the workforce.
A workforce that experts say favors employees right now, something that has been challenging for some businesses.
It's kind of a game of chicken and egg.
Nate Cloutier with Hospitality Maine says many businesses he works with are having a hard time paying their workers more and often need to raise prices as a result.
Your small mom and pop restaurants and B&B inns are having to make up this difference. And, when you have 10, 15 employees or less, you generally don't have a huge profit margin that you're working with.
Now, Nate Cloutier says he's asking customers to be patient with businesses when it comes to potentially higher prices for goods and services. Also important to note, the minimum wage for tipped workers in Maine went up too, to $7.08 per hour. Chris and Zach, back to you.
All right, Chloe Tebow, thank you very much.